Tessa Blanchard breaks silence on new bullying allegations. Plus, a new champion is crowned on AEW Dynamite, and an Impact star has made their AEW debut. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Tessa Blanchard this morning has broken her silence on fresh bullying accusations coming out of WOW Women of Wrestling. So Fightful Select reported this yesterday, saying via WOW sources, Fightful has been informed of allegations surrounding Tessa Blanchard. After Blanchard deactivated her social media, Fightful was told WOW sources there had been a fallout between the two sides. We do not know her status for this week's tapings. One source alleges that in a class in mid-April, Blanchard cut a promo on wrestler Samantha Sage, who is known as Americana. We were told that the promo saw Blanchard tear apart Sage, leading to many trainees speaking up. Per the source, acting classes were cancelled from that point until further notice. At least one trainee was told that Blanchard would be less involved moving forward. Another source indicated that Tessa Blanchard is no longer in charge of training talent at all. Another anonymous source saying, if you're a fan of Tessa, you'd better learn Spanish, end quote, implying that she'd be working in Mexico. I think this is really shocking to read, simply because when Women of Wrestling made their big announcement last year, I think it was, about the return, there were some question marks over involving Tessa Blanchard in it because of previous accusations around her conduct. And it was kind of seen as a rehabilitation project for Tessa. And it doesn't seem as if it's gone the way that anybody was hoping. Now, she has since broken her silence on these allegations in a very sort of casual, like, what's the word? Not ambivalent, but in a way that kind of reflects what's been said. Isn't that right, Andrew?
Yeah, of course. So she took to her Instagram stories and she posted a quote from Pastor Matthew Hagee. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And it says, "When standing up for your beliefs becomes a matter of great inconvenience, will you stand?" So
simply that. She then has since deactivated her Twitter. Still on Instagram at the moment, though. It's a tough one.
It is.
We will keep an eye on this one, I think, as well.
Absolutely.
And now you will hit. Obviously, what you've heard there are anonymous sources from WOW. And one of the things that they mentioned in Fightful is that all the performers at WOW have signed NDAs about what's going on with WOW.
Yeah.
Hence why you might hear some anonymous sources like that. Nobody really wants to put their head above that and risk breaking an NDA.
Yeah, of course. I think there's obviously got to be some weight to these claims as well, because, obviously in wrestling, especially talking about the promo classes and everything that have happened here, I think, there's definitely a difference between tearing into somebody in character and then perhaps tearing into somebody kind of going a little step too far almost.
Yeah, without knowing the full context of it, it's... there is something to be said for it should be a case of you can never tell anybody off.
Yes.
Certainly not what we're saying at all. But it depends. But I think Tessa has a history of this, and clearly there was enough there for other trainees to go, actually, Tessa.
Yeah.
According to sources, by the way.
Yes.
It's all according to sources. Fightful Select have said there may be more information about this in the coming days. So, of course, they will keep you updated. Big thank you to Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful. When we know any more as well, of course, we'll let you know via cultaholic.com. Dynamite last night.
Dynamite TE.
Dynamite TE. Last night, we had an Impact star make their debut, which we'll get to in a second. But a brand new champion crowned, like an undisputed, unified champion.
Two belts coming together. We like that in the AEWs, don't we now?
Whose belts are becoming one?
So it seems, well, it doesn't seem as though. I mean, Mercedes Martinez won the Ring of Honor Women's Championship last night from Deonna Purrazzo. So obviously, I think it was Supercard for Honor. I think that was the name of the event. That was the one. What happened? Yes. Mercedes Martinez beat Willow Nightingale to be the interim Ring of Honor Women's Champion. She then went on last night to beat Deonna Purrazzo, and I'm happy about this. I'm very happy.
And it was a decent match that closed out Dynamite last night. And they kind of we've seen now that the sale of Ring of Honor is complete. Tony Khan now owns Ring of Honor, lock, stock, and or barrel. We've already seen kind of his vision for Ring of Honor take shape. We've seen Samoa Joe return to the fore and become a champion there. We've seen a new women's champion crowned as well. We've seen the Pure Championship go to Wheeler Yuta, and I feel like the Ring of Honor World Championship still very much belongs to Jonathan Gresham.
Yes.
I mean, I would hope there were no plans to change that, because I think Gresham is an excellent champion for now.
I'm wondering who do we get to challenge Jonathan Gresham for the Ring of Honor Championship?
I would love it if they put Bryan Danielson on a Ring of Honor show and we did Danielson versus Gresham.
Oh my God, that would be so good. What if we just get the whole Blackpool Combat Club holding Ring of Honor titles?
Ooh. Don't you threaten me with a good time?
John Moxley and Samoa Joe going at it. Hello.
Regal is the Pure champion.
Him and Wheeler Yuta in a match, though. I'd like to watch that.
Oh, I'd feel impure watching that one. So not only did we see a title change, actually, incidentally, fun little fact about the women's title before we move on. So Purrazzo was the champion primarily of Impact Wrestling. She defeated Roxy to win the ROH title, who's now on NXT.
Oh, that gamer girl Roxy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She loves the game.
Too busy playing SmackDown vs. Raw 2008.
Or Simpsons Wrestling. We also had a debut for AEW last night from Impact Wrestling. Who's rocking up from there, Andrew?
W. Morrissey turned up. MJF last week, obviously in his promo, hyping up who Wardlow's next opponent is going to be, being like, he's very tall and whatnot, and you can't teach that. And we're all like, that's a certain somebody's catchphrase from a certain other company there. What's going on?
Rings a bell.
And then, it turns out W. Morrissey came out. It was revealed and everything. There was a nice little bit where he was raising his hand. He was trying to give MJF a high five, and MJF was like, bit lower, kind of to like, big up how big this man is. And my goodness, did he look fantastic as well. He looked really, really good. A really fun little match. Obviously, Wardlow got the win in it because of the storyline stuff, but oh my God, and the crowd going mental for it as well. Like they up for it. Everybody really enjoys, I think, the sort of comeback story of W. Morrissey and everything. And he's looking fantastic. He's doing really, really good things for himself, and it's nice to see.
So do we think this will lead to more stuff with AEW?
I hope so, because from what I remember, I think he's been doing pretty good stuff in Impact as well. So, I mean, whether he continues to do more fantastic stuff in Impact remains to be seen, but I would like to see him on AEW again. Yeah,
I think he looked good in there. He looked good in there. Nicely done. And as I say, if you don't know much about it already, W. Morrissey's comeback story is a really, really happy one for the modern era of wrestling. Do look it up. 2 big highlights from Dynamite last night. More news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.